Hey, welcome to the Huntsville Hustle Podcast. We're going to celebrate grit, growth, and greatness in the Huntsville small business scene. And today, we got the Catering Dream Team and the Catering Dream Boats, the Dream Team at Chupper Time. Thanks for coming on, guys. How are you guys doing?
Hey, doing good. How are you?
Awesome to have you guys here. If you guys don't know, it's Brandon and Casey Crosby. They're from Chupper Time. If you haven't heard them, that's on you because they're everywhere. All right, so we're going to kind of go through kind of their history, what they're doing now, what they're looking forward to in the future. So the first thing, how'd you come up with the name of your business?
Yeah, so my dad, he's a retired Secret Service agent, but so he was gone a lot. But when he was home, we had a little dog, and his name was Smokey. And when we'd sit down to eat dinner at night, he would talk to that dog and ask if he wanted to eat chupper. He'd say, "You ready for some chupper?" And the dog would kind of look at him, and so that's where it came from. And then I was making fun of him one day with Casey and I, and
It's because that's what you do.
Casey said that needs to be the name of our business if we ever venture out that way.
That's
So that's how it
amazing.
all became.
That's amazing. I love when a joke becomes a business. That's awesome, right? So you guys do catering, but how do you describe what you do? Because you guys are pretty unique. How do you guys describe it?
Go ahead.
I would describe it as very elevated. We already know that the food's completely going to be incredible, but the presentation is going to match it. We like to use local ingredients like Short Creek Homestead, Champion Farms, Reeves Peach Farm, definitely seasonal. We don't have standard menus. We like to create each menu for each event. It's a personal experience. It's more than just catering. We're not going to drop off your food and let you set it up. That's a big no. We're gonna go from start to finish, and it's gonna be an amazing experience.
Man, yeah. And we'll link their Instagram. You got to check out their food, man. It just looks different, right? It tastes amazing. I've had their food and it tastes amazing, but it looks so cool. The presentation's amazing. So if you're a business out there and you want that elevated experience and it's completely done for you, that's what they do for you, and it's local ingredients. How awesome is that, man? That's what we're talking about. So we got to go back to Brandon. I mean, in case people don't know about your past, what's kind of your past in the touring business?
Yeah, so I did festival work first, and so I worked for a catering company out of Asheville, North Carolina, actually, that toured around with festivals, music festivals, and we cooked for the VIP catering, and we cooked for the artist and all that type of stuff. And then from there, I went into touring with the single artist, and so I got to do Zach Brown Band and Jason Aldean. Toured with them, the WWE. I got to tour with them for a little while, which was pretty cool. They ate a lot.
A lot of chicken.
And Guns N' Roses and some other people, John Mayer, Pearl Jam. I got to do some shows with them too. So I was fortunate enough to be able to meet the right people that got me plugged into that group.
That's amazing right there. That's some serious names. I had to move my toes out of the way. You're dropping some names. Right? That's really cool. But so you're doing all that. Why do you decide to start your own business?
I was tired of working for other people, cooking their food and their menus. And I just wanted to do us. Mm-hmm. And Casey and I, we didn't have anything to lose. So we just decided to go ahead and do it. See what we could come up with.
Yeah.
I'm tired of working 40 hours a week. I want to work 100 hours a week. I'm sick of it.
Right. Yeah, and pay a lot of taxes.
Man, it's beautiful.
So yeah.
So, I mean, you guys been all around doing this touring business. Why Huntsville for what you want to do?
Huntsville, the number one reason why I came here was because she was here. And so that brought me here. And but once I got here, I started doing some research. Casey and I both started doing some research. And it just seemed like the competition wasn't as elevated as it is Nashville, obviously. So we thought that we would have a good chance of succeeding here. And it's a small town. I mean, we love it. We raise our kids here, and it's just a good place. Yeah, we just really enjoy it.
All right, you guys have been doing this about 10 years in the biz side. What's the weirdest or funniest request you've had over the years?
Chicken tenders and French fries.
Just like dinosaur shapes, or what kind of shapes they want?
They wanted dinosaur shapes.
We've had in this particular client. It was, I mean, the budget, the sky was the limit for his baby girl. Whatever she wanted. And we were kind of like, oh, okay, well, let's kind of talk about some things that you like. Let's talk about, and when she dropped chicken tenders. I mean, Brandon can do a lot better, I think, than me. My face, my face.
My wife's face speaks volumes.
Yeah, exactly. But we said, I don't know if this is really going to be that good of a fit, but anytime, well, I'll go back to that. The guy had said, well, I told you there's no budget. So whatever it is, but that's the whole thing. It doesn't matter. Like if it's not a good fit and we can't show ourselves the way that we do, we don't want it. We don't want that. I don't want chicken tender. No offense.
Y'all are better than me. I'd have charged him 10x the chicken tender price. And if he wants to elevate, I'll put on a higher table. There you go.
Bring in a gallon of tender sauce. That was a requirement as well.
Man,
so
you guys got standards right there. So what was that moment? What was that moment you're in business and we were like, hey man, I think this is actually gonna work? Do you remember a moment where that was kind of like?
Yes. When he won the Food Network Cooks versus Cons, when he won that episode, I didn't know until the next day. But when we watched it on TV, yeah, like that was it. It was so surreal. That's when I knew. You do?
Yeah, I think that's probably
that's cool.
A good indication that we were going to do all right.
Yeah.
And then take that, UConn. Take that.
That's right.
To them, right. So what did you cook on the show, in case people don't know? What did you cook?
So I did a breakfast sandwich. It was called Breakfast in Bedlam was the name of the episode. And I did a breakfast sandwich, which required to have lemon in it. So I did
Meyer lemon.
Meyer lemon. Yeah. So I did a lemon. What did I do?
It's a great question.
Some kind of lemon breakfast. He won. That's all I care about.
Tomato.
Yeah, it had fried green tomato and I had pimento cheese and hollandaise. I made the hollandaise out of the lemon.
Yeah.
Then I made pigs and grits for the second round.
Pigs and grits for the win.
You were right. You can't lose with pigs and grits, right? See, now I'm starving. That's the problem with talking to y'all. So, all right. So I gotta ask this, man. How does the husband-wife dynamic work running a business?
Yeah, it does. It does.
It just does. I don't know.
It better.
I just do what I'm told most of the time.
Smart man.
Yeah.
Smart man.
That's how it works. I just do what I'm told.
I feel like the connection that we have, like my understanding, I want to say that I stay in my lane, but I would just be lying. And let's not lie. Let's not lie to these people. But he's incredible. He's an exceptional chef. All of the things that he can do in the time that he can do it in. And then you add that to like the way that I like to set things up and the way that we're just a really good fit. It's a really
can't do one without the other.
Yeah. I got to have him.
And I definitely got to have her.
Yeah.
I feel like you're about to start singing a duet. Like, I got you, baby.
That is what we are.
That's the way it should work, right? I'm sure there's been some stressful moments over the years, but you fill each other's gaps and just keep making it happen. I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So man, what's the biggest pain point in your business right now?
I had it started.
I think just there's some lull time in the year, like right after Christmas. There's a couple of months that nothing is going on.
Everybody's broke.
And and so that's our biggest pain. There's a couple of those, and it seems like those have grown a little bit as time has gone. But that's just been our biggest issue is finding full time all the time, having people come.
But without having like a standard menu for someone to pick from, like that's the biggest thing. I know we could fill in those blanks, but I don't want to fill in the blanks that way. I don't want to fill it in and just do, basic stuff. I don't want to feed the quantities, the masses.
We try to stick to smaller groups.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your ideal size? If you're looking at an ideal party, what's the size?
I mean, it depends.
I mean, depending on the menu, but I'd say 60 to 100 people is like perfect amount of people.
Because you could do anything with that. You could do family style, you could do plated, and it's not insane. But when you get up to these folks that want a plated dinner for 300 people, I mean, quality and presentation is everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't understand why anybody would do that for 300 people, but because they want it to look a certain way. but doesn't it need to taste a certain way too? You know?
For me, it does. I don't care if my food looks like trash. If it tastes good, that's just me. But as long as it tastes good, like that's
the
all
way
that
I eat too. Like, as long as it tastes good, I don't care how it looks. But unfortunately, that's not the way everybody eats.
That's
so
it.
We got to make things look nice.
Yeah. You eat with your eyes first, you know? It's your I mean, Brandon really enjoys a good piece of pizza, you know? So
I'm a pizza guy. I like pizza.
Pizza and hot dogs.
We're all 5 years old inside, right? I mean,
that's my pain point is that I can't find a good pizza place around here.
Oh, be careful, man. Next thing you know, you're gonna have to start making those pizzas if you can't find them.
We just drove up to Ohio to eat a Marion's pizza just because we wanted a good pizza.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dedication. I like pizza. I ain't driving bootlegging pizzas across state lines, but
you might. If you've had it, you might. That and Skyline Chili, I think we could. And Made Right.
Yeah.
Made Right sandwiches. Those three things we could.
I know
elevated catering, but we could get down on some of that.
Oh, yeah. So I mentioned earlier about how, this is when we've made it. What was that point where you're like, I'm giving up, I'm sick of this? Did you have that point as well?
I think when we had the Facebook contract and we were doing that so I was having to come to work at 2:30 in the morning to cook breakfast for cybersecurity guys when they were building Facebook data center. And so I'd have to do that in the morning and then I'd have to work. So I'd have to work from 2:30 in the morning till 10:30 at night sometimes. Oh. And so that got to be a bit much.
Yeah.
But other than that, quitting is not an option with us, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've got kids.
We got kids. We got a dream that we're trying to follow. And we got a lot of people that depend on us too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the secret sauce of entrepreneurship that, hey, guess what? You're going to have to do some hard things. It ain't all sunshine and rainbows, that's for sure. Yeah. But if you got that dream, that's what keeps you going sometimes, man. So you think about, hey, this is going to be temporary. I'm not always going to be doing this, and there's something on the other side of this. I got to keep going. So kind of on a little more of a tactical thing, is there like an app or some technology you guys are using that's really helped you out?
This is going to make me sound so ridiculous that I've been in business for this long. I just had a friend who downloaded, are you ready for this? A Google Calendar.
Tell me more about this new piece of technology.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, I can put everything in this calendar and it sends me notifications. It sends people invites to these meetings that I may or may not have forgot about. It's awesome. It really is. So I'm grateful for Google Calendar. Not the one on my phone, not that one.
Yeah.
But the Google, and then it links to him too. Like, so he can see everything.
There you go. Win-win.
Hey, we're living in the modern age now, baby. We got Google Calendar. There you go. Hey, we've all heard about technologies that we're not using, right? There's someone out there listening right now who's like, I should probably start using Google Calendar. So you're helping them out. Thank you for admitting that. A lot of us, we act like we're supposed to already know all this stuff, but man, you're a catering business. You're not Google. Like, I'm a fitness guy. My background's in fitness. I don't know much technologies. Embrace that stuff. It can help you. So
absolutely.
Who would you like to thank for helping you become successful?
I'd like to thank my wife.
And I would like to thank him.
Oh, man, look at you guys. Let me share again.
Yeah, we couldn't do it without each other. So
And Jesus.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, 100%.
There you go. Man, that's great. Y'all were ready for that one, by the way. that was nice.
We did our homework.
Is there a habit or routine you guys do that you think has led to you being successful?
Well, here's a term that you're very familiar with, relentless. I think just never giving up, never being satisfied with what we have or what we've done, and thinking that we can always elevate it more and be better.
That's the biggest thing.
Is it, I think.
And that was what Jenny had said that in hers, where you should, stay in your lane and just focus on you getting better, you doing more.
And one of the greatest lines I've ever heard, be the best Hardys you can be.
Yeah.
That's me. Quit trying to be everything to everybody else. Be in your lane and be relentless. Don't give up. Keep pushing. You guys keep doing that. You guys, if you follow Chupper Time's journey, that's exactly what they've done. They keep getting better and better. So kind of on that same vein, is there someone, a company or a person you could connect with who would help you go to the next level?
Well, there's a guy that we've had the honor of cooking for, but I know that he can make or break anybody in a career, and that's Jimmy Raines, the Yellowwood guy.
Oh, yeah.
We had the opportunity to cook for him at a Auburn function.
He
was really grateful and gracious. He was really nice. But I think if we could get in with him, I could change some dollar signs around.
Yeah.
All right. If you're listening, hook us up with the Yellowwood guy. We need Mr. Raines.
All we have to do, Brandon had made some, we call it a billionaire salmon now. We had to rename it because Jimmy Raines found Brandon and was like, we need to talk about this salmon. He's like, this is the best salmon I've ever had. And Brandon and I are both like, holy crap. Like, this is a big deal. Yeah. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I got so excited.
I thought it's because of inflation. It had to go up on the $1 billion salmon. Hey, man, that guy's, he's got a wide reach in this state. So, yeah, if we can get you hooked up with him, I could definitely go next level. So if you could go back and change one thing about your business, what would it be?
We would have done it sooner.
Yeah.
Man, that's mine too. You all stole mine. I knew what I wanted to do and sat on it for like a year.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and but I think about the process that it took because Brandon kept telling me, we had commissary kitchens. We had a commissary, Jennifer Sherman's, dished, I think. Is that what it was?
Yep, that was it.
We were there. And then we were at, and she's gone. And then what was the other lady?
I don't know.
I can't think of her name. I can't think of her name, but she had the place where the pizza place is, whatever, in Bailey Cove. We were over there. But it's like these places, because of what happens with some small businesses. I mean, they close, but when they close, they're holding our permit. And Brandon kept saying, he's like, we've got to get our own kitchen. We have this spot here. We'd been looking at it. And I just kept telling him, I'm like, no, like, I don't want an overhead. I don't want an overhead like that. That's crazy. But that's the absolute best decision that we've ever made, is that we finally locked this in, and nobody was going to control us. Now you're not going to tell me that we can't do catering because we don't have a food permit. Now we've got a food permit. We've got everything that we need, and we're able to control it ourselves.
I think it's also, it forced you into that mindset shift that, hey, we got to make it work now. We got to make at least this much just to pay our rent. So that shifts you in overdrive.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if you were talking to a small business owner that they're wanting to start a small business in Huntsville, what's some advice you would give them?
Well, it depends on the type of business, but honestly, I mean, I do it. I mean, I said earlier, there's nothing to lose when we were talking about this, and Brandon said, well, some people do have something to lose.
We didn't.
We had
$20,000 that we started this business with. That's what we had to lose. Yep. And that was it. And so we just put it all out. We just put it all on the table.
Yeah. And then you add, we had just gotten married. We just had kids. So, I mean, we quit our jobs, we got married, we had babies, but we started a business in between all of that. If we could do it and all of that, tell me somebody can't just do it when they've got their ducks halfway in a row. Because we weren't. And
just to do it, just to not put forth the effort, and then not think about it too terribly much. Just like a Band-Aid, rip it off. Just do it.
Yeah. Sell yourself,
Invest in yourself.
Nobody else is going to do it for you.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's what I've learned as an entrepreneur. Ready, shoot, aim. Because I knew exactly what I wanted to do, but like I said, man, I had to get things perfect. I get this logo, it's a location, everything. I could have been a year ahead, and nothing really changed in that year. So, man, if you do it, put it out there and fix it as you go. It'll get better. Go in there with a halfway decent plan and make it happen. That's what you guys have done, and that's what people are doing out there in the world. That's why it's Huntsville Hustle, right? That's what we're doing out here.
That's right. We didn't even have a business plan, Joe. Like I didn't have a business plan. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah,
we do now. Hey, effort can make up for a lot, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
If people listen right now and they want to work with you and follow all the cool things you have going on, what's the best way for them to follow you?
Either Facebook or Instagram. Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll link that in the show notes. You don't have to spell stuff here. Just click on things. I know you guys aren't spellers like me, so I'm gonna help you out with that. We'll put that in the show notes. And
so we know.
Just one more question. How awesome are your two little boys?
I mean,
they're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they come to work with us every time.
Yes.
They come to the kitchen. They go to events with us.
Yes.
And they're just awesome, man. They really are.
One is completely game on for Chupper Time. Okay.
Yeah.
He wants to wear a chef coat. He wants to wear a little apron. He wants to serve people. He wants to introduce himself, make eye contact, shake hands. The other one, like he would much rather draw pictures of like maybe how the setup should be, or maybe organize the timeline. He doesn't want to get his hands dirty. That's not,
Hey, it takes both of those sides though, right, man? You need both those guys in there, but it's cool. They get to see mom and dad not giving up, being resilient. These things that, yeah, you can preach them all day long, but they're going to see what you do, and that's so important. What you're modeling for those kids, it's amazing. They're going to see those kids are going to be something because they've watched you grind this business and been a part of it. I think that's so cool. They get to see that.
Yeah.
Well, man, you guys are amazing guests. Thanks so much for all you're doing out there. If you guys don't know, they do so much for this community beyond their business. They're out there serving and helping people all the time. So that's what I really appreciate about them. So give them a follow on their Facebook and their Instagram and all that. And for your next event, 60 to 100 people would be an awesome event, but they'll do other numbers as well.
Yeah.
They're great people doing great work out there, and that's why we want to have them on the show. Appreciate you guys coming on the show, and appreciate you guys listening right now. We're going to be out there, continue to support these local small businesses, keep supporting local and spreading the word, and we'll keep growing these businesses together. Thank you so much for tuning in to Huntsville Hustle. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Jeff.